For the Phils, we'll have Doug Glanville in center field leading off. Greg Jeffries left field bats second. Scott Rowland, third baseman, hitting third. Rico Bronya, first base, bats fourth. Bobby Escalea, the catcher, hitting fifth. Mark Lewis at second base, bats sixth. Bobby Abreu, right fielder, hitting seventh. Desi Relaford at shortstop, bats eighth. Curt Schilling pitching, hitting ninth. Arizona defensively lines up with Matt Williams at third. Jay Bell, shortstop. Andy Fox at second. Travis Lee at first. Kelly Stinnett as the catcher. Bernard Gilkey at left, Devon White in center, and Kareem Garcia, the right fielder. On the mound is the lefty Omar Daal.
His crafty left-hander is 5-6 with a 2.79 earned run average. He's making his 25th appearance, his 15th start. He didn't start starting until the middle of May, and he has really been.
Back by popular demand, the Nissan early model year-end clearance has been extended.
And right-handers, I think it takes the changeup away from him.
He's got a good chance, like a screwball type almost. Very good changeup.
One ball and two strikes. His last two starts have both been complete games. Now he lost one of those, the Cubs 2-0. He's coming off two complete games.
In his last four starts, he's been 2-1 with a no decision, but he's got an ERA in those four starts of 2.15. He's throwing well.
Now getting a chance to work into this starting rotation, and he has responded.
He gets this, Glanville gets his fastball, he tries to run in, gets right off his back foot there. He was scheduled to start a game against the Phillies. Got rained out. He did pitch 3 innings against them.
Back up the middle, fielded by Bell behind second, throws out Glanville. Nice play by Jay Bell. Bell had to get rid of it in a hurry. He knew he had to, and he did.
Jay Bell comes up the middle. He bobbles a little bit there. Stays with it, makes a good throw.
Brings on Greg Jeffries. Greg hitting at .298. Hitting the same right hand as left. One ball and no strikes to Jeffries. 31st anniversary wishes tonight to Catherine and Jack Scott, celebrating in Woodbury, New Jersey. Jack of the South Jersey Old Timers. Base hit Jeffries. Wishes to Jack and Catherine, coming from children Barbara, Ed, and John.
Looks like Jeffries got that change up just off the end of the bat, got out in front of it a little bit, but gets it just over Bell's head and into left field.
Brings up Scott Rowland. Rowland batting at .290. 23 homers. He's knocked in 79. One strike to Scott Rowland. Best to Al Peasy, watching the game in Downingtown from Rocky Peasy and family here at Bank One Ballpark tonight. And a few Phillies fans are here tonight. 2 quick strikes to Scott Rowland. Snyder on the inside corner, and he's in the hole, 0-2.
Well, a game that after Daal was supposed to start, he ended up pitching the next day in relief after the rain out. Pitched 3 innings of hitless ball. He walked a couple, struck out a couple. Threw the ball very well, and he has pitched excellent here at Bank One Ballpark.
In the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Scott Rowland.
Daal is 2-2 here with a 2.08 earned run average. Only 9 earned runs in 39 innings. And hitters are only hitting .203 off from here.
With a high fastball, struck him out. Rowland will strike out. He's the 109th time he has punched out this year.
It's one thing he can do. He's not overpowering. He's 85 to 88, but he gets you sitting on that slow stuff, his curveball, maybe a slider or changeup. Then he throws that fastball up there, and it's tough to catch up to it.
Brings on Rico Brogna. Brogna hitting at 268. 15 home runs. He has knocked in 83. Missed the breaking ball. 1 strike. Melanie DeLuca here, sending her best to her mom, dad, Mike, and Ginger, watching back in northeast Philadelphia. Another breaking ball, he missed that one. A ball to 2 strikes to Rico Brogna. Greg Jeffries first base, 2 outs here in the first inning. Diamondbacks coming off a pretty good road trip. They were 5-4 on the trip, even losing the last 2 games at Montreal. Took 2 out of 3 at Milwaukee, 2 out of 3 at Chicago, and won the first one at Montreal. Buck Showalter is their skipper. Showalter very much involved in everything to do with this expansion franchise, not just managing, very much involved in the expansion draft, even the design of the uniforms. Fouls a breaking ball back, still 1-2 to Rico Brogna.
Well, he has had a hand in everything. I mean, as far as going to the extent of where guys are going to locker, who's going to locker where, and I mean, he's been involved in all of it.
Brogna caught looking, and that will retire to side. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Daal. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. After 1/2, Phil's nothing. Diamondbacks coming to. Phil's failed in the top half, moving to the bottom of the first. Buck Showalter's starting lineup for Arizona. Andy Fox at second base leads off. Bernard Gilkey left field bats second. Travis Lee at first base hitting third. Matt Williams, third baseman, bats fourth. Devon White in center field hitting fifth. Jay Bell, shortstop, bats sixth. Kareem Garcia in right field hitting seventh. Kelly Stinnett, the catcher, bats eighth. Omar Daal pitching hitting ninth. Scott Rowland at third base. Desi Relaford, shortstop. Mark Lewis at second. Rico Brogna at first. Bobby Estelé at catching. Greg Jeffries in left field. Doug Glanville in center. Bobby Abreu in right. And on the mound is Curt Schilling.
Schill is 10-11. He's going to try and even up that record. Got a 3.35 earned run average, 25 starts. Really didn't throw that well his last start. He lost 4-0 to San Diego. Kind of searching for what he's doing. As the opponents hit 237 off him, which is 6th in the league.
Andy Fox looks at a strike. He's hitting at 293. He came over from the New York Yankees during spring training. To Scott Rowland, and Fox is retired. 1 down. It'll bring up Bernard Gilkey. Gilkey coming over, and trading deadline as we look at the umpires. Bob Davidson behind the plate. Brian Gorman at first. Jerry Crawford at second. Tom Hallion at third. Gilkey batting at 229. Came over from the Mets at the trade deadline, along with minor leaguer Nelson Figueroa for Willie Blair and Jorge Fabregas. One ball and 1 strike to Gilkey. Gilkey's been a good career hitter against Schilling. 306 lifetime with a couple of homers. Lewis short hops that ball and throws out Gilkey. 2 down. It'll bring up Travis Lee. Maybe the highly touted 23-year-old rookie. These rookies in home runs with 19 of them, 54 RBIs. In that big signing bonus when he was declared a free agent due to a technicality. Comes out of Olympia, Washington, went to San Diego State. One strike to Travis Lee. chasing. Ball to second base. Lewis on a big hop. A 1-2-3 inning for Schilling. No runs, hits, errors, and none left. At the end of one inning of play, it's a 0-0 game. Desi Relaford leads it off, and he looks at a strike. Desi was at bat in the previous inning, but Bobby Abreu gunned down, attempting to steal. One strike to Relaford. He has struck out and walked. 1-1. This with a change-up low. 2 balls and a strike to Relaford. Coax his way on. Schilling had a chance to bunt him along. 3 balls and a strike to Relaford. Outside, he walked him, and Relaford is a leadoff base runner. 3rd walk given up by Omar Daal. Schilling now will try to bunt him along.
And here's a play that ended the inning. Remember, we showed you this warning track, and Glanville's really comfortable catching the ball. Because once you finish with the warning track, then if you hit the grass, you know the wall's coming up. At this point, he still feels warning track under his feet, so he knows he's got a long way to go to the wall, as opposed to maybe shying off a little bit. And, you know, he played that terrific.
He sure did. The grass is to let the outfielder know that the wall's coming up now.
Right, as opposed to most, you know, the warning track, the conventional warning track means when you're on it, look out, here comes that wall. But here, you feel the warning track and you know there's still grass to hit before the wall comes along, and that's why he looks so comfortable catching a very difficult fly ball.
Schilling has 6 sacrifices. He has struck out and grounded out tonight. 1 strike to him. So he'll try to bunt Relaford along. A high pitch, 1-1 the count to Curt Schilling.
That was a good guy for a right-handed batter to bunt against, because most of his stuff is down and away, and it's the type of pitch where, you know, if he does that, you just get on top of it and get it down on this grass and dirt surface.
He bunts it foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Schilling. Importance of moving this runner up. It always is, but especially in a game like this.
And John Booker's going through the signs, and they'll probably leave the bunt on. And Desi did his job with that leadoff walk out of the 8-hole.
Relaford not a big lead, draws the throw. A fair ball. It just barely stayed fair, and Stinnett could not let it spin anymore.
Did they say it hit his bat twice? We couldn't tell. I mean, everything was blocked so much. Or did it hit the helmet? It was the mask that was there. Let's see what Bob Davis is going to say.
But Showalter comes out to argue. And
well, they want an appeal. They want an appeal to first, Harry, by Brian Gorman, and so far there isn't. Let's see what happens.
Didn't hit the bat twice.
Did it hit
him? Yes.
Yeah.
It hit him.
Hit his leg. So what Buck Showalter wants is an appeal.
I don't know. It's going to stand as a sacrifice for Schilling. Here it is.
Pretty nimble by Schill. He sees it the whole way, and he stepped over it. I don't think he touched it.
Unless it hit his hand, but right. I don't think it'd be able to hit.
No, it looked like he saw it all the way, and he stepped over it. Very nimble.
It is a sacrifice for Schilling. Relaford at second now for Doug Glanville.
Give Bob Davison credit. I mean, he had it the whole way and was not going to appeal to first. He said he did not touch him.
Balls and a strike to Glanville, who has grounded out all 3 times that he's been up. Another ground ball off the tip of the glove and over the head of Bell. Here comes Desi Relaford. Here's Gilkey's throw, safe there. Ball gets by Stinnett. Glanville goes to third. Phillies take a 1-0 lead.
Daal had backed up the first baseline, too, to where the throw is headed. So when the ball gets away, there's nobody backing up the play, so they get the third on it. That's a huge play for the Phillies, obviously. Watch what happens on the throw in. Gilkey has a good arm, but his throw sails here. First it goes off Matt Williams' glove, then past Jay Bell. Now Gilkey's taking this thing on the run, and his throw, Dahl's thinking the throw's going to be first base side. It turns out to be third base side. He's backing up on the wrong side of home plate. So now the ball bounces away, and the Phillies get the runner to the third with Desi scoring the game's first run.
That throw ended up hitting Desi's foot and kicking away from Stinnett. So it'll be an error on Gilkey, enabling Glanville to go to third, and Buck Showalter is going to make a double switch here. He's taking out Omar Daal. That's a big round of applause. He's going to bring in a new right fielder. And, of course, a new pitcher. The pitcher will be Bobby Chenard. And the new right fielder will be Dave DeLucci. So DeLucci will hit in the 9 spot. Chenard will hit in the 7 spot. Pitching change. Phil's lead 1-0, 8th inning, back after these messages. Phil's have finally done at the scoreboard. Lead at 1-2-0 here in the 8th inning. Doug Glanville at third base. A double switch. Dave DeLucci now playing right field. And Bobby Chenard is the new pitcher, who's claimed on waivers from the Milwaukee Brewers on June 2nd. Chenard 0-1 with a 3.56 ERA. This is his 21st game. Greg Jeffries, the batter, and the Diamondbacks will bring the infield in with Glanville at third and nobody and 1 out. 1 strike to Jeffries. He has singled, popped to short, and lined to short.
Be a huge run to pick up here because of the fact that Dahl didn't back up the plate correctly, and the Phillies got that runner over to third.
In the dirt, blocked by Stinnett. 1 ball and 1 strike.
That was a changeup from Chenard. We've never seen him before. It almost looked like a splitter.
Chenard is a 26-year-old. Briefly for Oakland in '96. Missing inside, 2 balls and a strike.
And Omar Daal pitched 7 innings last time and then got hurt in the 8th in the game at Wrigley Field, and that's what's happened tonight, and all because he walked the leadoff man. Desi Relaford had a really good at bat.
He's fallen behind Jeffries here, 3-1.
He has a base open, and Scott Rowland, a right-handed batter on deck, so he might approach him carefully here.
Popped it up to shallow left field. Gilkey lines it up. Here comes Glanville, but he'll stop. Just not hit deep enough to try to score the run. Fly ball shallow left for out number 2, and it will bring up Scott Rowland.
Yeah, John Drugovich tested Gilkey the last time because Gilkey was at a funky angle coming in to field the ball. This time he isn't. I mean, he's right there. He's behind the ball. He's shallow. Even with a good base runner, you can't send him. You're going to run him right into an out if you send him there.
Yeah. Gilkey has led the National League in outfield assists the last 2 years. They'll bring on Scott Rowland, who has struck out, flied out, and walked.
So
gets away from Stinnett. Here comes Glanville scoring. A wild pitch gets him home. 2-0 Phillies.
I say it's also because of Rowland being the batter that Vukovich doesn't take a chance, figuring Scott has a chance to get him in, but now the wild pitch doesn't.
And is a big run to score here in the 8th inning.
This is another changeup. I think that's, yeah, it's a breaking ball. A hard breaking ball down and away, and Stinnett couldn't handle it.
So the Phils lead at 2-0 here in the 8th inning. Got rolling and struck out, flied out, and walked. Gennard falls behind him 2-0. Drive to left field, but at Gilkey. He smoked it, but right at Bernard Gilkey to retire the side. Phils get 2 runs in the inning on just 1 hit error and none left. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 2-0. 9th inning, Phillies lead 2-0, and Rico Brogna leads it off. He has struck out and grounded out twice. Hauls it back and out of play. 1 strike to Rico Brogna. Pretty well hit to the opposite field, and this ball is out of here. Home run, Rico Brogna. The left center field is 16th, and the Phillies now lead it 3-0 here in the 9th inning.
That's the one he's been looking for. Rico's had a lot of balls away from him that he struggled with. That ball, it looked like he really stayed back well on it. Was something off speed and hammered it a long way to left center. Here's a pitch from Chenard. See what it was. It's a breaking ball, and you see him stay back and hit it the other way. Well, the ball does carry here. Ooh.
So it's now 3-0 Phils, and Estalella slams a hit to left field.
And all that stuff that went on last inning might loosen everybody up for a while too. You know, obviously they're not playing the Padres and the Astros right now, but they've been in a batting funk for a while.
On the Toyota National League scoreboard, Houston beat Milwaukee 5-2. Scott Ellerton won it. Billy Wagner recorded his 23rd save. The Mets behind Al Leiter beat St. Louis 4-2. John Franco is save in that ball game. Todd Hundley homered in that game. Colorado leads Montreal 6-2 in the 9th inning. Florida ahead of San Diego 3-1 in the bottom of the 6th behind Livan Hernandez. And the Cubs lead San Francisco bottom of the 6th 6-5. Both those clubs trying to snap 3-game losing streaks.
Phillies unfortunately right now are in a battle with pitching staffs on home run balls allowed, and they were tied with Arizona before that one. So Arizona has taken the lead.
And both staffs have surrendered 145 homers going into this one. Now balls and 2 strikes to Mark Lewis. He has grounded out, struck out, and grounded out. Rico Brogna with his 16th home run of the year, giving the Phillies a 3-0 lead here in the 9th inning.
It had to really feel good to him to go out and get a ball away from him and hit it hard.
Lewis called out on strikes. 1 down here in the 9th inning, and we'll bring up Bobby Abreu. Well, due to the incredible demand, there's a second new long weekend edition, lower price Dream Week 99. Live your dream in Clearwater, Florida, alongside Boa Luzinski, Crucker, Wild Thing, Larry Anderson, and many more. First weekend sold out. The new second weekend is going fast, so call now 215-938-1200 for information on Dream Week. 1 strike to Bobby Abreu. He is 2 for 3 tonight. Bobby Estalella, the runner at first base, with 1 out. Leading 3-0 here in the 9th inning. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike to Bobby Abreu. The breaking ball. 1-2 to Abreu. A good crowd here at Bank One Ballpark. 41,711. balls and 2 strikes to Abreu. Phil's 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Arizona, no runs, 3 hits, and 1 error. Not going to be going anywhere here. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Abreu.
Right, with 1 out, they want to leave that hole on the right side. See if they can get a first and third.
Abreu fouls a pitch out of play. It's still 2-2.
Chenard, you notice, is trying to keep everything away from him because he doesn't want him to hook a ball in the hole.
Strikes out Abreu. Second strikeout in the inning for Chenard. 2 down, and then we'll bring up Desi Relaford.
Well, Bobby had something to hit here, else it's out of strike, so it looked like it was really up and off speed. It was a high changeup, and he just swings through it. This got out front, so he must have pretty good deception on it.
Well, Relaford got that big leadoff walk in the 8th inning. He is 0 for 1 with 2 walks. Led off the 8th with a walk, ended up scoring the first run of the game.
You know, you think about what happened in the inning prior to that, too, with him up. How important that turned out to be. It was a 3-1 count on him. Abreu runs. He swung through the pitch. Bobby was thrown out at second. So Desi comes back with a fresh count in the 8th inning, walks and gets the inning started. So, you know, that turned out to be okay.
Yeah.
And that's a manager's thinking in that situation. If he has his hitter in a hitting count, he might do some damage. The worst comes to worst, you get your base runner thrown out. Okay, we'll start the guy with a fresh count next inning.
Start the next inning with Desi.
Right, and that's basically what happened there.
One and 2 to Desi Relaford.
Cincinnati Ozark used to send him 0-2 all the time.
0-2, yeah.
Every time.
0-2, 2 outs. It's an automatic. Didn't matter who the base runner was.
Didn't matter.
No. There we go.
Used to say playing right into the Wizard's hand. That was just his philosophy. With, okay, get the guy thrown out. I'll start this hitter with a new count next time.
Off the end of the bat, foul down the left field side. It'll go back into the crowd. Mark Portugal on the mound tomorrow for the Phillies against Andy Pennis for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Portugal, who has pitched superb ball on the road. And on Wednesday, Mike Grace will get the start. Gracie will be going against Brian Anderson. Relaford has worked the count full 3-2, so Escalera will be taking off from first base with 2 outs. Into left field, pretty well hit, but Gilkey backtracks and makes the play, and that will retire the side. Phil's going to run on Rico Bronia's homer. 2 hits, no errors, leaving 1. We go to the bottom of the 9th. 3-0 Phillies. Bottom of the 9th. Phil's on top by a score of 3-0 as Curt Schilling takes the mound for the 9th inning. Trying to win his 11th, trying to complete his 11th. 8 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. Not a big strikeout game, but the big number there is 82 total pitches.
It's like 10 an inning.
This would have to go down as if he completes this game as one of the low pitch complete games that he's ever had.
You know, he's always said he'd like to pitch a game with a Maddox pitch count. And he's working on one.
He's got it. Bernard Gilkey is the first one to face him. 1 strike to Gilkey. 1-1. You see the leaders in the National League complete games. Schilling 1 ahead of Greg Maddux. Then you could drop down to 6 for Livan Hernandez. One ball and 2 strikes to Gilkey. Got him with a splitter, struck him out. That's 5 strikeouts for Schilling. 1 down here in the 9th inning. And it brings up Travis Lee.
Here's that split finger fastball. And a good one. Got Gilkey to chase it.
Travis Lee is grounded out, flied out, and struck out. One strike to him. Popped him up. Shortstop Desi Relaford drifting back. He waves and makes the play for out number 2. Will bring up Matt Williams, who has singled and twice grounded out to second base. And 1 out away from his second shutout and his 11th complete game of the year. That's where he was raised, Shadow Mountain High School product. Here in the Valley. He's put on quite a show for his high school classmates and friends that are here for this game tonight. Two strikes to Matt Williams.
He's got a good umpire to work with tonight, and Bob Davidson has had a big plate for both Schilling and Omar Daal. I mean, he got that pitch off the plate there a little bit, and he's throwing it there.
Well, 0-2 to Matt Williams with 2 down. Just a little bit wide. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
This pitch number 92 coming here.
Yes, sir. 2-2.
I think he overthrew those last 2 pitches. You know, he wants to get this over with, and maybe he smells the strikeout too, but just to get the game over and pitch a masterpiece here. And he looked like for the first time tonight he got out of himself a little bit. Both of those balls sailed away.
Foul on the play.
Schilling has such great mechanics, and you can almost see when he opens up too early, because he doesn't do it very often.
2 strikes to Matt Williams with 2 outs here in the 9th inning. Ground ball second base, and that should be it. It is the ball game. A 3-hit shutout by Curt Schilling. And he threw 94 pitches in so doing as the Phillies win it by a score of 3-0. Great job by the Phillies horse, and Doug Glanville knocked in the first run with a RBI single that, as it turned out, was all that Curt Schilling needed. As Schilling shut him down on 3 hits, striking out 5 and walking 1. Phils win this first one here on their first visit to Bank One Ballpark in Phoenix. Curt Schilling is our Chevrolet play of the game, ranking up that 3-hit shutout. Phil's winning by a score of 3-0. Rico Brogna hitting a home run. So the Phils have a good start to this 3-game series here in Arizona. Sammy Sosa, incidentally, has hit 2 home runs for the Cubs. He now has 46. It is final here, 3-0 Phillies. Curt Schilling, Doug Glanville, and Rico getting it done. Back with more right after these messages. in Denver. The Rockies have taken the field for the final game of this series. Terry Francona's starting lineup.